Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right.
Yes.
So I can see still people are joining. All right. So, yes, without any further delay, first of all, a very good evening. And, I am so excited and I'm so thrilled to welcome you all to, ACE Unfiltered, from toppers to trailblazers. And we have invited some amazing people today. And they will be sharing a lot of details regarding their J preparation, some sneak peek into the college campus life, and there will be no sugarcoating, there will be no textbooks also, and they will be completely real and transparent about their journey. And I am pretty sure that this conversation is gonna be a blast. So please be interactive. I am requesting the crowd to equally participate, and all your questions will be taken up at the end. And without any further delay, please welcome Ranesh, Parth, and Akshaya, your seniors who are in different prestigious colleges right now. Please welcome them. Hi, Akshaya. Hi, Parth. Hi, Ranesh.
Hello, ma'am. I think
Hi.
I'm on.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you guys? Can we, like, just for some time, maybe we can switch on the camera?
Ma'am, the internet is horrible. Like
I
really.
understand, and that's one more struggle I feel, right? In a hostel and stuff, the internet speed is not like your home.
Yeah, that's a major issue. Like
Yeah,
genuine.
right. Okay. Anyways, it's fine. I mean, people do know you. I think few people know, a few people don't know you. That's fine. I mean, it's all about the conversation, right? So, anyways, so let's start today's podcast, and yeah, without any further delay, I would like you all to introduce yourself first. Which college are you in? And yes, we will start with Parth.
Yes, ma'am. So my name is Parth Sharma. I am currently in IIT Pune. I am doing science. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Parth. So, Parth, like, when did you first decide that you're gonna, opt for JEE?
Uh, well, while growing up, I'd always liked science.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was interested in pretty much all parts of science except human anatomy. So I never wanted to become a doctor. So the two choices were engineer, scientist. So matlab, yeah, so J basically. No other option pretty much.
So, I would just want to understand that what were the like fear, or when you decided that you want to opt for JEE and you chose VIBGYOR ACE for it, what were the fear, or was there any, you felt that okay, you're not doing the right thing, probably? Would you change it?
Well, so see, in my case, I had initially decided to not go for an integrated program at all. So I
Right.
had joined a completely non-integrated school.
Mm-hmm.
After looking at like JEE ka PYQs ya jo bhi hai,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing what they were teaching in school, I was like, okay, this is kind of not going to work, so I have to join an integrated program. And I was like, I've been in VIBGYOR for like 10 years. I know some people in ACE. I will may as well like go ahead and join ACE. So I just did that, and yeah, like no regrets pretty much. Was the
Okay.
best I could make at that time.
I mean, before we start with the further conversation, I personally want to tell that I have taught these three fellows, like, I can just imagine where the conversation is leading to. I mean, these three were three of the people who were always excited, who were always like enthusiasm, like full on. And in class, I mean, I just prayed at times before going to the class that okay, no, Pat should not come up with any weird mechanisms this time, and I'm really gonna like cry. So he used to always Pat. You might say this like you, Sharan, Ranesh, you would come up with weird mechanisms. Literally, I had to study 4 hours for that.
Abnormal reamer team. Okay. Another time. Another time.
Okay.
That, 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 that was the most fun part about organic chemistry, and also why inorganic chemistry is not fun because there's no
Okay.
way. That personal opinion.
Okay. Yeah. No problem, Path. We will come back to you later on. Akshaya. Hi, Akshaya.
Hello, ma'am.
Akshaya, is it possible to switch on the camera?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, please do.
I will try.
Hi. I'm so happy to see you after so long. It's been ages, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's been a while.
Okay. So how are you? How are
So,
you doing?
I'm doing fine. Like, as fine as I can be.
Okay. Please introduce yourself to the crowd.
Hello, everyone. I am Akshaya, and I'm doing CS at BITS Pilani. Yeah, that's the basic part.
Okay. Akshay, did you really wanted to go for J?
The unfiltered version is that in the beginning, I was actually really afraid of JE because I had seen a lot of articles and lots of news regarding JE. So I was like, maybe this is too much. But then I joined ACE, and after one very what you say questionable year of trying and not trying JE, I realized that I would actually go forward with it. That I can do it basically.
Yes, you always had that in you that, before the exam, you used to be, okay, I can do this. And you somehow used to do it. I mean, I don't know. You had that speciality about you. Anyways, one question for you is that, uh, what was the toughest part about the preparation? Like if right now standing in 2025 end, you could give any advice to your younger self 1 year back, that okay, this time shall pass, and you will get out of this school with flying colors, what would that advice be?
I think personally for me, the toughest part was actually being consistent every single day and showing up no matter what the mood was. Because I was a very motivation based learner. If I liked a chapter, I would deep dive in it and stay in it for hours. But if I didn't like something, or if I had a very low energy on a certain day, I would just not study at all. And later I realized ki putting in even the bare minimum on some days is more important than doing like everything on one day and then doing nothing for a week after that. So consistency is the main ingredient here, and constant revision as well. Because of the nature of the exam, there are so many chapters you have to remember them. So keep revising, keep time for revision every day. That was something I didn't do. I wish I had.
So Akshaya, like, you were very hardworking, I know that, but at times I remember that you were not getting that good marks in the mock tests even after
Yeah.
trying a lot. So how did you cope up with that feeling? Because many of the people who are here right now are facing the same thing, because we are deliberately making the papers hard for them. So any advice for them in that?
Like in the beginning, since I started being serious very late, my basics were a bit weak. So my mock scores were also a bit low, like a lot of the times. But then what I did was I used to analyze all those mocks. Like they said, analysis is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like this spreadsheet where I used to note down which topics I couldn't do, which topics I could do but made mistakes in, and I used to focus mainly on those. And I also used to see the solutions for the ones I'd gotten correct, just in case there were better methods.
Right.
And mainly being swung by the scores didn't help. So I realized that more than focusing on the score I got on each test, I would focus on what I learned.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's actually a great advice. I mean, I keep telling my students, your like juniors also, that it's not about the that you're getting low marks. It's all about what, maybe two questions also you learn today, right? And you do not make the mistake next time. So that's one of the greatest advice I feel. How did ACE program help you as such to achieve so?
The main thing that helped me with ACE was the amazing quality of the teachers. The teachers, all of them were really good. They gave you personalized attention. They were always ready to answer your doubt at any time of the day, 12 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 a.m., anytime. And they would always listen to you. Another thing that helped me was the timing, because I didn't have to go to another place after school or anything. Or the entire day would be done by like 2 or 3 p.m., and I'd get the rest of the evening for my own self study, which helped.
Okay, okay. Yeah, right. I mean, I remember me, Praveen sir was there with us that time, and then Shibashi sir. We literally used to make a crowd and motivate you guys. Like, the students, like, were just used to come and like, ma'am, marks is not good. Even after I studied this much, the marks is not good. So, one thing that keeps students going at this particular time is the trust that teachers have on them, and we like try our best to provide them that. So yeah, I mean, great Akshaya. Let's move on to Ranesh. I'll come back to you. You can keep your camera on, by the way. That would be good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, hi
Good evening,
Ranesh.
ma'am. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
ma'am.
Good evening. Oh my God. Uh, how are you?
Fine, ma'am. You?
I am great. Ranesh, is it possible to switch on the camera?
Ma'am, I'm kind of operating on 1 Mbps internet. It's rather difficult.
Difficult, very difficult. I understand. No problem. Okay, Ranesh, you can start by introducing yourself to everyone.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Ranesh, and I'm presently studying physics at IIT Madras. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. So, Ranesh, my first question will, because like Ranesh is one of the person who did well in JEE Advanced. And Ranesh, what was your JEE Advanced rank?
3,500-ish, ma'am.
Great. I mean, my question would be like, when you saw your rank for the first time in JEE Main or JEE Advance, what were your raw feelings that time?
Uh, so I wasn't really expecting that rank. Uh,
Okay.
I'd spent quite a bit of time preparing for other exams at that time. So I just started relaxing. Like the BITS exam was barely a few days before uh,
Mhm.
the JEE advanced result. And when I saw it, I was obviously really happy. Um, my first reaction was to thank my parents and
Mhm.
my sister. I think my sister has suffered the most out of everyone who's had to
I know
deal with
that.
me during my prep. Yes, basically that. And then obviously I immediately texted all the teachers. I thanked them for
What about J?
everything. Could you repeat, ma'am?
What about J main? I mean, after seeing the J main rank, were you like satisfied with whatever you got, or maybe you thought, "Ki, okay, I could have done better."
So again, for the JEE mains exam,
Mhm.
I thought that my exam didn't go well. It's a very recurring feature, I'm afraid. And I'd even gone to school like the next day after that with parts, trying to figure out exactly how I was going to sort through all of it, prepare for the next attempt. And then the results came,
Mm.
and I was very happy. Uh,
Mm.
but then I had to shift my at the same time uh, I spent like a couple of days, but after that I had to return to studying because again like one success is not everything there is. You're gonna have to keep working. So
Okay, okay. So, Ranesh, what do you feel like our VIBGYOR ACE program? You joined it, and did you feel like anything different? Because we have a lot of coaching institutes in the market, right? So, what do you think that what is different about ACE that, probably helped you, or did it even help you to prepare a, competitive mindset? Did it give
so
you that environment?
yeah, so one of the things that Ace did was that it was in a school environment, and like basically I could relax, I could waste time, I could speak with my friends quite a bit, as I'm sure you recall. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, you could relax and at the same time study. And on top of that, the teachers were really good. Uh, like for example, I'll just give an example. I once sent Praveen sir a few doubts, barely a few days before the exam, and he held an entire session in order to clarify them, explain where I was going wrong, things like that. And not just the ACE teachers, but even the school teachers. For example, our class teacher Sangeeta ma'am, she was willing to put up with all of our antics during class. In class, was willing to help us. She would accommodate us if we ever needed to do something instead of because of JE and whatnot. So that was very helpful.
Okay. So, Ranesh, one thing I remember about you during the mock test, that your marks ka curve was like very fluctuating. Like once you are getting like, let's say 178 out of 300, and then in one test it is going down to maybe 110, and then again emerging up. So, like, what was your feeling throughout? Did you feel that this fluctuation, why is this fluctuation happening, or maybe am I not able to focus during the exam, or did you even try out some different techniques of attempting the mock tests?
So when the mock test results, they would keep fluctuating. I would just, it's like, it's not the main exam. The point of the mock test is just so that you have questions to practice. That's how I always viewed it. Questions to practice within a certain time limit. And yeah, like, so what I do is that after each paper, whether or not, no matter how good the thing was, I'd go through the paper, I'd read. In many cases, I'd reattempt even the questions that I got correct, just because uh, I don't know, I might have been lucky during the exam. And yeah, I did try multiple methods of attempting the paper. Initially, it was something like the traditional chemistry, physics, mathematics. And then after that, I slowly changed it until it was basically attempt all the easiest questions in each and every section, spend some 5 minutes reading the paper, which I had not done before, and
Mm.
a few other tweaks.
Okay, okay, that's great actually. I mean, like your juniors are writing the mock tests now, and one question that I continuously get from those people is how to effectively do a paper analysis. So they would probably like to know, when you did the paper analysis, how much time did you spend in that paper analysis?
So the time I spent on the paper analysis was probably equal to or more than the time that is actually allotted for the exam. Like it would range between 2.5 hours to 4 hours, depending upon how well I did, or what errors I made, and things like that. It would all depend upon the paper pattern. For example, one of uh, the mock tests, I think I got 50 out of 180 or something of the sort, and I ended up spending an entire day trying to figure out where I went wrong. So it just depends.
But I think you learn a lot also while figuring out that one. But at times it is like wasting so much time on one question again is like it's kind of in my mind that while you solve that question, you learn a lot. But again, a lot of time is also wasted in that. But yeah, I mean, whatever works for for an individual, I get it. Okay, Ranesh. So yes, I'll come back to you later on.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Parth, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, Parth, now let's move our focus to a little bit of fun and entertainment, and let's get to know. Let's sneak peek into the campus life. How is IISER Pune campus?
IISER Pune's campus is amazing
Okay.
because regardless of how the campus is, we have no curfew whatsoever. So no night curfew, no campus curfew. I could
That's
walk
not
out
what you're
5
supposed
a.m.
to
and
say first.
no, but you have the freedom to like roam around wherever you want. Plus, it's like incredibly green.
Okay.
So very, very nice to walk around in. We have a very nice cricket ground. We have a football ground, frisbee ground, all the works. And like the campus isn't like absolutely and utterly massive. So you're not intimidated at all. Like it's walkable. It has all of the amenities. It's pleasant to look at, very, very green. So yeah, it's very, very nice.
That's great. I mean, they have this basketball court and all, also
Yep,
sports.
yep. Indoor, outdoor, both.
So you play something?
I wanted to play something and yeah, I just never did. You can though, like very easy. Like most of my friends play something or the other, like badminton or I know a few guys who play tennis, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
guys who play football. Cricket, you can just join randomly. Like there are like groups for everything. So there'll just be like people saying, "Aa jao khelne." Huh.
Mm-hmm.
There
That's
is
great. That's
no,
great.
yeah.
So how is studies going, Part?
Studies for me, especially, are going amazing because they are teaching practically nothing new in chemistry
Okay.
and like bio. See, the way ICER works is so we write IIT and IIT has both maths and bio. So we
Mhm.
have admissions from both the engineering guys, the guys who are preparing for JE, and the guys who are preparing for NEET.
Okay.
So for that reason, they genuinely cannot put anything complicated in maths or bio.
All right.
So maths like our maths is very basic. It's like NCRT level type
Hmm.
maths right now, and bio is same thing. It's like practically all philosophy at
Hmm.
this point. Uh, Physics, we are learning new things, and that is a little bit tricky. But if you put in some work, it's not a problem.
Hmm.
Chemistry, it's more or less a different way of approaching organic, and yeah, that's pretty.
Definitely. Definitely. That would be there. But
Yeah,
like organic, which I learned till 12th, and organic, which started suddenly in BSc. I did BSc. It was like very different, very different,
yeah,
much more in details. And now you will slowly start getting the answers to, ma'am, why it is like that. We were
yeah.
like, our hands were literally tied and just used to tell you, okay, it's all about quantum chemistry, and please do not ask it right now. But I think
Yep,
we
yep.
slowly get the answers.
Yeah, we get the same answers pretty much right now, and then they're like, yeah, in this course, we will tell you why this happens.
That happens a lot actually. It was very, I did my masters in chemistry. It was really frustrating at times. Even in the first semester, I used to get to hear the same thing, and I'm like, okay, how long? What's next? Please bring it on.
Genuine, valid question.
Yeah, right. How are your peers? Like, did you make friends? How was
Yep.
the shift? Like, from that school environment. It's actually a question to everyone, Akshaya and Ranesh, both of you. Like, you were like all together in one class, and it was a very secure place. And then suddenly you go there, and how is the shift in all? So all of you three are in different colleges. How is it different from each other?
Uh, I'll go first, I guess. So basically here, like I said before, we have no curfew. So school mein hota hai ki, yeah, you can spend time with friends, but then you have to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Here, that is not a factor. Like you can just stay with them like the whole day, and it does not matter. So like जो भी class में you पढ़ो and then class ends and then you can just do time pass with them like the whole day and it is really fun. So that would be like the main difference. Like you get to have a lot more freedom with respect to how like there is no such thing as bus travel time or like I have to go home. Like nahi, you can aram se study and if you like manage your time a little bit, you can like you can just put studies aside. And honestly, you can even study with friends if you want to. So it's
Group
all
study is one more thing which really works in college days. Like I remember, I don't know whether you guys do it or not. Like literally, let's say some topic, okay, photosynthesis, for example. And just giving a basic example, there were like complicated topics at that time. So literally, my topper friend used to just explain me it in 5 minutes, and I used to write like 2 pages answer for that. Like, does that happen to you guys also?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, it will happen much more in the later semesters. Mark my words.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all from my side.
Ranesh, what about you? How is
Uh,
it different?
the one major difference you'll see is that even like say in OVIP in 10th grade and whatnot, you only had a crowd of 200 people to socialize with,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even if you were the most extroverted kid possible. Here you have a absolutely massive population. I think like there are around 1,000 UG students here, just in our year, each with from different backgrounds and different personalities, and at some point, and you have just a massive variety of people whom you can speak to. Uh,
Right.
like yeah, you had mentioned about group studies, like that does occur here. Like I think few weeks ago, like there were four of us just engaged in an entire debate about the reality of whatever thermodynamics we were studying
Mm.
that we had for our quiz. So yeah, such things are very common, and you honestly can't get by in most courses without speaking to your friends, your roommates, attempting to understand what is going on.
Right, right. I mean, that would have been great now in a hostel room, you all together studying, or maybe in beach mein you are like making fun like that.
Yeah, entertainment is very rife in college.
Okay, that's great. Akshaya, how is bits?
So the thing about bits is that we also have zero curfews of any kind.
Okay,
Curfews
Akshaya,
are only written
camera,
on paper.
switch it on.
I think there's a problem with the internet now.
Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah.
So there are lots of things going on all the time. Like right now, I can hear music outside. I don't even know what's going on. There's an event of every sort,
Hmm.
everywhere, anytime, and you can choose. And as for group study, yeah, we also do a lot of group study where whether we study or not is a questionable thing. But yeah, we do have group study. And one more thing that's kind of like different here compared to school is that we are all together in the same campus. There are no day scholars here because in Pilani is a very isolated place. There
Mm-hmm.
is nothing outside the campus. The campus is massive. It has everything, including like a supermarket and gyms and the hairdresser's place and all of that. So the thing is, because you can't go out, there's a lot of inter-campus bonding between batchies and juniors and seniors. The seniors are very, very nice here. Even the ragging they do is like not ragging, it's just socialization.
It's nowadays it's just fun, like
Yeah,
they will just interact and make us play games and stuff, right?
yeah. And we've got lots of food stalls and like outside every hostel there's a place called Ready where you can get snacks anytime until like 12 a.m. So most of us just go there and hang out and we meet other people. We say, hey, catch up on life.
Abhi,
So
many people over here are getting very happy कि अच्छा 12 बजे तक vada pav and all while in
yeah,
a lot of people are very happy.
all like places here are open until 2 a.m. All the food places. During exams, they're open until 6 a.m.
Oh, like
Yeah.
people do. Acha, what about studies? I mean, like, do you still study every day or is it just before the exam?
We try to study every day, but once we come to college, it becomes a little tough to actually study because like you go from JE to total freedom. So in the beginning, everyone's just scrambling for like everyone just like has a lot of fun in the beginning, and then they realize that CG exists. So we eventually learn to balance everything, and I think that's the best part of it because you're neither studying completely nor are you having fun all the time. You're just balancing both.
Right, right. I have
That's
seen
very
your
important.
like Insta handle, and I have seen you attending like
Yeah.
every week you're having fests. So what?
Not every week, thrice a year, we have three big fests.
Guys, please go to Bits Plan. You will. Advai, I think Advai is there. Advai is a very good guitarist. He's my student and from VIBGYOR Marathali, and I think he'll be very happy to go to Bits Pilani. And I'm hoping that you go crack IIT, but I think fests, every week fests are going on in Akashaya's college. So I
I'm
keep
not
on.
every week.
You used to post something every week. You are posting something like dressed like this, dressed like that. Okay, fest going on with friends, this that. But yeah, I mean, it's really good to see you guys. Like experiencing all such fun all the time, and you learn a lot as well
Yeah.
during that process, right? Okay, so Akshaya, has your vision regarding your career, like definitely while writing JE, probably you were thinking something about your career, right? Keep okay, I want my career to go in this direction.
Yes, ma'am.
College atmosphere change anything in that?
Currently not a lot because like as I said, a lot of this part was just spent adjusting to college life. So we
Hmm.
are still like recalibrating what we want. But I think that I've sort of gained some clarity on what I want to do in the next 2, 3 years at
Hmm.
least
Hmm.
during college. how to maximize my portfolio, for example.
Okay, okay, that's great. So like a quick fun session. I mean, there will be a rapid fire round now, Akshaya, with you, and I'll be telling this or that, and you have to choose fast. Okay. So
Okay,
yeah, we are starting now. Group study or solo study?
so no,
Lunch break gossip or library silence?
lunch break gossip.
Yeah, of course. I know that. Okay. Class test or surprise test?
Surprise.
Surprise.
And the
Okay.
reason is interesting. Should I say the reason?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Because grading is relative here. So if the quiz dates are announced and basically everyone prepares and comes, but if it's surprise, most people don't even attend class. So the relative average goes really low. It's easier to get a good grade.
That's a very actually valid reason, but I mean, yeah, that's sad for them who missed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Organic chemistry or inorganic chemistry?
Organic.
Organic every time. Okay. Uh, NCRT or reference books?
For chemistry,
For physics,
for a reference book.
reference book. Okay. Uh, Conceptual questions or numerical problems?
Numerical.
Early morning study or late night study?
Late night, midnight study.
Midnight study. While doing midnight study, tea or coffee?
Neither.
Neither. Okay. What do you like to have that time? Water?
Nothing actually. Because if
Nothing.
I have coffee, I know that. Yeah, but coffee more than tea. It's coffee actually.
Okay, okay. That was great. That was great. Matlab, I knew like two, three answers that I knew. For example, lunch break gossips. I mean, I have seen you doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Akshay. Parth, are you
Thank
there?
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Parth, we will have a rapid fire round with you.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Ready, Parth?
Yep.
Yes. Sports day or annual day?
Oh my God. I've attended neither. So, sports day,
Sports day. Okay. Class notes or printed material?
class notes.
Solving by hand or solving on rough sheets?
What's the difference?
Solving by hand. Okay, I'll just rephrase the question. Solving by hand or solving it in the mind?
Hand, 100%.
Okay. I mean, Ranesh would have not agreed with that. I feel Ranesh.
If you had asked me about a few months ago, I would have disagreed. Now, I agree with solving it in hand.
Okay,
Th-
I
There,
am, oh my God, I am more than happy that
there
you
is only.
ultimately understood. Oh my God.
Mm,
Like literally, guys, I got fed up after like screaming on him that Ranesh, please do the calculation on the paper by hand. Otherwise, you will mess it up. I think many of my students still do it of this batch. And I keep on telling them that please do it, don't do it in the mind. At times, it do get messed up.
There's
That's great,
a
Ranesh.
slight clarification. Slight clarification.
Okay.
I'd still skip all the calculations that you could do in mind, but unfortunately, the calculations now cannot be done. Okay,
Huh.
you do it on paper itself. It's still painful to try and figure out the answer.
But still, at times, like you think something. But actually, Ranesh was like different. One day, what happened? I'll share a short story on Ranesh CBSE answer sheets. Like I was correcting his answer sheet, and he did something in the rough work. So that before that day only, I asked Ranesh, like, please, Ranesh, do the rough work on the side of the paper. So he did something, okay, and he wrote the wrong answer. I'm like, it never happened with Ranesh that, you know, he did it in his mind, he wrote the right thing. He did it in rough and he wrote the wrong thing. I mean, that was something which like really was absurd to me, Ranesh. But yeah, that's basically you.
Yes, sir. Solving it in the mind is just superior if you can manage it.
That's to whoever can do it, that's great. But yeah, I mean, not I won't approve anyways. Okay, so Parth, um Classroom coaching or online coaching?
Classroom coaching, classroom coaching, classroom coaching.
Okay,
No
that's great.
online class, no online, like no, no,
No online. Don't like
no.
online. Okay.
Huh.
Mess food or outside food?
Oh, okay. Uh, I have no idea. But
What? You don't-
outside mess food,
Mess food.
mess food.
Wow, that's great. Okay. Uh, Coding club or robotics club?
Robotics.
Robotics. Okay. Um, Solving past year questions or solving new mock papers?
Past year, previous year.
Okay. Uh, Short study bursts or long study marathons?
Study for as long as you can, then take a break as long as you can.
Okay, that did work for you.
Partially. I mean, it's good enough.
Okay. And the last and very important question: Ramita ma'am or Ramita ma'am?
Vladimir Putin. No, I'm kidding, Ramita.
Okay, so yeah, that was great actually. I mean, yeah, I'll come back to you. I have few more questions regarding your hostel life. I would like, please think of some stories, some memorable stories to tell your juniors probably. Yes, Ranesh, are you ready for your rapid fire round?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so studying with music or complete silence?
With music, definitely.
Okay. Pomodoro technique or one sitting deep work?
Wait, could you repeat?
Pomodoro technique or one sitting deep work?
The Pomodoro is the 20 minutes and then 5 minute
25
break.
minutes and then 5 minutes break, like that.
I cannot choose either of them because mine was 20 minute and then take a 20-minute break.
Okay. Okay. Whatever works for you. All right. Timetable follower or study when in flow person?
Uh, Studying if you have a timetable is probably easier to manage, but I never gained the ability to do so.
Okay. Okay. Front bench or last bench?
Last bench.
Of course.
That's
Why
where I sat for the entirety of school.
Okay. Morning classes or evening classes?
Morning, definitely.
Morning, definitely. Why not evening? Evening recall sessions you used to hate or what?
No, see, evening is meant for you to study. If you want to study, eat
I
food,
feel I
play,
feel the
waste
recall
time.
sessions I feel the recall sessions were quite good for you to clarify the doubts, right?
Yeah, but that's only after you've studied.
Huh, that's true. That's true. That's why I used to tell you that after you go back home from school, please do study and then attend recall session.
Yes, well.
But you guys didn't do that.
No, I just wrote the option A and moved on.
Okay, hostel life or home comfort? I mean, I know the answer.
Home. Home,
Of course, of course,
obviously.
of course. You still come back to your home, right, in the weekends?
See, I can't come every weekend because unfortunately, like it's a bit too far away. But I
Mhm.
come every long weekend, like when there's a 3 day break and stuff like that. But from what I've heard from my
Mm.
seniors is that most people eventually stop doing it because there are a lot of stuff that just keep going on and on, even
Mm.
during the long weekends. So it becomes hard to just go back to Bangalore when you feel like it.
So maybe a lot of assignments and all comes up later on.
Assignments, club work, uh, you
Club
might
work.
require.
What club work is that? Can you please like little elaboration on club work probably?
Like when you enter a club, you are there as a deputy coordinator. It's what they call it here, and
Mm-hmm.
like they'll make you do. For example, I was given a task to create an Instagram post. Then you are asked to attend meetings. Physics club holds lectures. You
Mm-hmm.
need to attend those if you are a part of the physics club. Then then you might if you're managing an if you're part of an event, you will have to be calling sponsors. You have to coalesce. Uh, you'll have to work with other people, which becomes more and more difficult if you just keep leaving the campus.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Like apart from academics, I would say, like, is there any other opportunities in IIT Madras, like let's say any research work or maybe lab work? Can you just put some light on it?
Yeah, so the professors here are, for the most part, very happy to take you onto projects. You just send an email, you express your interest. You need to sound enthusiastic. You can't like just send an email just because you want an internship. You need to really enjoy the topic that's undergoing research right now.
Students
Even
have
if
to
you,
directly email the faculty regarding like their research topics and ideas, or is it mandatory? Research is mandatory, or it's a vice
it's
versa?
not mandatory, at least not
Okay.
for us. Like I think in the previous years there used to be a compulsory B.Tech project or BS project. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's just optional. If you want to do it, do it. Otherwise, it's not necessary.
All right, all right. So, same regarding internships and all also, right? Or
Uh,
internship is compulsory.
the internships are also not compulsory, but then they are very priced here. So there's the placement drives are there, but at the
Mhm.
same time they hold two internship drives, one in the second semester and one over the winter, in order to get people to meet with the companies they'd like to intern in, to learn about them, to apply stuff like that. So there are a lot of like resume building sessions, uh, how to I think recently we had a series of mock interviews as well in an attempt to assist the seniors who or the people who wanted to go for internships or jobs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So they teach you in real time that how to present yourself in a interview like that.
Yes, like they'll hold the mock interview and then they'll send you detailed feedback later as to how you could improve.
Okay, that's actually good because we in our times didn't really have all these things, and trust me on this when I say it, I got rejected by almost 7, 8 companies like wet labs. So I really didn't know how to present myself in front professionally, I would say, to present myself in front of a CEO of a company or a HR. So I actually learned from my own mistakes, and if this is happening there as a mock interview, I think that's great. That's great. That's what you need, the confidence and all. That's great to know. Any entrepreneurship program or hackathons have you taken, like right now? I don't think so you are taking part in hackathons and all, right?
We are allowed to take part. They send us the emails regarding everything, but I do not like coding at all.
Okay.
It So for me, I just leave it. I'll only use coding as a tool, not because I enjoy it.
Hmm.
And regarding entrepreneurship, yes, it's encouraged here quite a lot. So we have an entire entrepreneurship cell. There's an incubation cell as well. It's called Nirman, which
Mm-hmm.
provides the funding for the projects that you want to do as an entrepreneur. It's pricey. Even the director has told us that he wants to encourage more and more people to take on to become employees rather than to be employees.
Hmm. That's great. I mean, I would do the same question as I asked Akshaya, that whatever you wanted to do for yourself, you would have seen yourself down the lane in 5 years, like I'll be here. So do you still feel the same, or is it like a little bit changed now?
So if you had asked me in 10th grade, I would have said that I wanted to do research in quantum mechanics specifically. But first, like during 11th and 12th itself, and then after that, uh, even in college,
Hmm.
I got to know more and more that there are so many fields. So I just learned to like, okay, I don't want to leave physics that
Hmm.
much. It's been there since I was like a child. That still remains.
Hmm.
But I'm more willing to like wait and see all the other fields that are available for one to explore before fully deciding.
Okay, okay, that's great. Actually, okay, Ranesh, I'll come back to you. Good to know your insights. I mean, that's great. I mean, our all the participants here are really clueless about what this 5 6 months will present to them. But I think really they are getting some insights about different colleges and all. Okay, so my next question would be to Parth. Hi, Parth. Path is here.
Yeah, ma'am, my bad. The unmute
No
button.
problem, no problem. So Parth, basically, I wanted to know that you heard what Ranesh told, right? So is it like very similar with your college as well, or do they like offer you something more, like some more programs, or some internships, or maybe seminars and all?
Yeah, okay. So for us, it's slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
So Ranesh he's going to IIT, so that is obviously both an engineering as well as a science college.
Right.
So because they have an engineering component, they have like a formalized place to like get you jobs in companies and whatnot. For us, we are not an engineering college at all. So we're a pure science college. So for us, how it works is, you basically have to mail the profs as a student, express your interest, and then hope that they take you. The thing is, with the ICER badge attached to your name, what you can do is you can mail to like pretty much any college you want, and like, uh, ICER has a fairly good reputation, I would say. So your chances of getting an internship are like pretty good, and like there are many examples of people who have like taken research projects in like IIT Bombay or Madras, or, like any of the other IITs, or like even IISc. In many cases, like you can just mail profs in IISc, be like, I'm from ICER, blah blah blah, and yeah, you get it. And furthermore than that, we have in ICER itself many like labs and many profs. So you can mail the profs in ICER itself, and if you develop like a good enough relation with them, you could get research internships here itself. And say you live in Bangalore and you're like, I want to like get an internship at Bangalore. So what happens is the ICER Pune has like many seminars where people from all over come. Like there was just one recently where we had guys from like APU, Assistant University, and like University of Zurich, which is like most two different places you can imagine. Like so the profs come from everywhere, and like if you like show an interest in the subject, then like mail them and follow it up properly, you should be all right. So yeah,
So you are saying that like just because of it's quite famous, so you can literally apply to any college and like any IITs.
any IITs, yeah, pretty much. You have to write a really good email. Like the word that some of our seniors use was, you have to write a killer email. And
Mm-hmm.
like obviously you need to have fairly like good grades, especially if you're applying to like IISc or something. Like some profs, they're like, oh, we will only take you for above 9. So
That's
they like,
that's a
yeah.
very good opportunity for you. I mean, um, like still you can get to, even if you're not in IIT, still you're getting to do a research in IIT if you are that motivated enough. I think that's a great
Pretty much.
opportunity. Are you applying for one?
I don't know. I mean, for us, it's they don't usually take first years because first years don't know all that much. But like, there is no harm in trying. So
Matlab, of course, going into the third year, fourth year, of course you can do that, right?
like from second year कर सकते हो. Like from
Oh.
second. And another very nice thing about ICER is that our semesters are like really short. They're only like 4 months each. So
4 months.
we've got 4 months sem 1, एक महीने December की छुट्टी, and then 4 months sem 2, and then 3 months holiday. So you have like ample time to do research, and like those
Ah.
3 months you can apply जहाँ भी करना. And I think there are I don't know how it works currently, but there are scholarships such with which you can actually go abroad and do. So
Hmm.
yeah, so there's like a lot of guys here, like वो क्या करते हैं, वो BS MS यहाँ से करते हैं, and then they'll go abroad for either their like fifth year का MS का project or like PhD. So they'll go to like Germany, France, blah blah. So like you have
Okay.
many options.
Okay. So basically in your course, like okay, research is like one part of it. Like can you like do you know, actually I'm asking, do you know that what kind of companies do come for the interviews and stuff?
Yeah, so that's the thing. ICER में companies ज़्यादातर, I think bio वाली आती हैं, biochem companies you get, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're like a physics person, then you probably have to do your PhD. And
Okay.
like, okay, although there are people,
Mm-hmm.
like our physics prof was telling us that there was like this one guy who was interested in like gaming and stuff. So he actually did his fifth year project in NVIDIA related to like
Mm-hmm.
quantum
Ah,
and
NVIDIA, yes.
yeah. So he did it there. So you do have opportunities. I think there are pathways with which you can mail companies, and like we have a entrepreneurship cell thing as well.
So for campusing, NVIDIA, companies like NVIDIA and all, they do come, right?
I think so, although I'm not entirely sure. I know bio companies to for sure come because they,
Biocon and all will come, right?
yeah, biochem companies do show up, but I'm not entirely sure about like the rest.
Well, you don't have any idea about CS, right? Computer science, mein what all companies do come.
Nahin, nahin.
But I'm
Like,
pretty sure maybe a lot of companies do come.
I mean,
One of the companies would be definitely TCS. Tata is like, of course, they will be.
yeah, true. But see, the thing is, if you are interested in something like CS, like interested, like कि हाँ मुझे CS ही करना है, then
Hmm.
I mean, I would not recommend coming to ICER because we don't have stuff that you will appreciate. If you want to do like pure science, like if you want to do research and say general relativity, aa jao.
Hmm.
It is quite good. ICER in general is pretty good. And if you want to do bio or chem research, 100% come here. Like this is the best ICER in terms of bio and chem. Physics is debatable. Maths department here is also pretty good. So yeah.
So, there are many NEET students also here. So, if they like, of course, I would really want my NEET students to, crack NEET and become the best of best doctors. But, there are some people who have opted for NEET just because they like bio, right? So, they can pretty much go into the basic sciences, right? Basic
Yeah,
bio.
no, 100%. But like, yeah, majority of the people I would actually say here are like neat guys.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they are not J people, they are neat people here.
Oh.
So how it works in ICER is the first 2 years you actually study all of the sciences.
Hmm.
Physics, chem, math, bio, and this other thing called earth and climate sciences, which is brilliant in my opinion, but many people don't like it. So you get to study all of that. So the bio people will be like very, very exposed to bio concepts. And the bio profs here are genuinely amazing. So you can go talk to them after class, you can visit their office anytime,
Hmm.
you can even ask for lab tours and all of that if you wish to. And another really nice thing is that we have a main building in which all our labs are.
Hmm.
And that is never closed. So I am currently on like the roof of one of the buildings because internet. And uh
Oh, okay.
yeah, and like the bio wing especially, it's got like these massive glass doors, so you can just look through the window and you will see like the guys doing their work there, and you can ask any of them, "Ki, what are you doing? What are you into?" And then yeah, so there's lots of opportunities like that.
I mean, it's really different. I will ask Akshaya also about her college, but for me also shifting from school to college lab was drastically different. Like school, may we have like 2 3 instruments, that too like. It's not that great, but in college, like, it was really and such advanced instruments, I would say. Literally, I used to like, I just look at it. Okay, there are certain things which um which can be like this also. So yeah, Akshaya, what is your experience in that way?
Ma'am, in terms of like courses or internships or like,
You can start with the labs actually. Like, I would like to know how are the labs different? Because I am pretty sure that from your batch as well as this batch, people are not going to the labs every week. Right? So like
yeah,
one time or twice you have probably go get into the lab, right? For us,
yeah.
it was very different. For us, every week we used to have 2 or 3 classes of lab, so we actually experienced that thing, going and doing hands on. So is it better? Do you attend lab every week or something like that?
So the thing is, in bits, we have a lab every single week. We
Okay.
have like at least first yearites, they have all the physics, chem, and bio. They have
Mhm.
all the three science subjects. So there are 2 hour labs per week for all three of them. And
Hmm.
those labs are also evaluated. So everyone has to go, and it's really fun actually because like ma'am, like you said, it's hands-on experience, and then you get lots of, there are so many technologies that you don't see in school labs. There are like specific labs for like different branches in like the chemistry wing has like 10 to 15 labs alone.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like for each specific branch of chemistry has a different lab. Bio also has something like that. They have all the advanced tools, like some of the most advanced tools here, which you can use. As a first year, I personally haven't, I mean, used anything, but I'm sure that students in later years get to use them.
Ah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
in the first
Also,
year, of course, you are not exposed to a lot of instruments like that, and you don't get to explore so much. But by the end of the year, I think you have to do some research work or something like that, right? Sure.
yeah, yes, ma'am. Also, BITS is primarily an engineering institute, but they also offer courses for NEET students. They have a B Pharma course that is very highly respected, and many people take it. There's also MSc plus BE offered in BITS. There are lots of students who take that.
MSc plus
BE.
BE. Okay, what is that?
B as in BTech. We call BTech BE over here.
Okay.
So what many students, there's an option where you can choose like MSc Bio, MSc Chem, MSc Math, MSc Physics.
Mhm.
And after the first year, based on your grades, you can choose your BE degree also, BTech degree.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you are at the end of 5 years, you have a BTech degree and an MSc degree. So many people who like research, who are interested in like physics and the sciences as well, they
Mhm.
take that option.
Okay. For NEET students, I think it's really like important. Like so got to know something uh, new.
Yeah.
Uh, Somebody is asking, hello, ma'am, where is Path studying now? I mean, which campus and which course, please? Path, go ahead and please tell them.
Yeah, okay. The unmute button keeps dying.
No.
Yeah, so I'm in IISER Pune. IISER Pune is a science college. Uh, so yeah, there basically. I
And
think
what
that's
course are you doing? Tell that also.
BSMS. BSMS.
Okay.
General. Like you have to pick your major in the third year. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's great. I mean, yeah, good to know that there's a lot of research wing in different things. So let's see. Let's proceed further. So Ranesh, like now I'm moving on to the current students a little bit, and now I would want you three to act as mentors to them. Okay, so the last 15 minutes I'm gonna keep for question answer from the crowd itself. If you have any specific thing to ask our three great personalities, then definitely you can. Also, one thing like the students currently that they will want to know is um, what exactly helped you stay consistent. See, it's very easy saying that, okay, stay consistent. But after a certain point of time we do burnout, right? So what like habits or what are the things that helped you keep on going with the all the failures and all the low periods? How did you overcome that? Who
So
will
like the main reasons I stayed consistent, like at least from what I believe, is two things. One, at home, I relaxed completely. I did not spend my entire time studying. I went out for walks, called my friends at like 9 o'clock in the night, spoke with them until 10, and then immediately went to sleep. Sleep was one very important. I spent around 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours a day just sleeping.
Mm,
And in school itself, like it's not that I paid of what is it, a constant attention to the classes. I'm sure I would discuss, we would argue during lunch break, like for example, Path and I would be arguing about geopolitics. We draw maps on the board, open Google Maps. Basically, like you should be able to enjoy. If you're enjoying your time with what not solely dedicating it to studies, yeah, it will make it much easier for you to just stay consistent, because you have something outside of preparation to look forward to in your day.
okay. Okay. So what do you think that students wrongly believe about GE? Like, is there anything like that? And you, as because you have gone through that journey yourself now, you know that it's not like that.
Uh, Again, I'll just say the belief that you need to study for more than like says you have to study for 10, 13 hours a day. That is not true from what I've seen. Like, I think during the school day, I would perhaps spend around outside classes and like with proper breaks and everything around 3 hours. And during the vacations, which we had like before JE, maybe 6 hours a day, because you need to be able to relax. You can't, you're not, no matter how much you enjoy a particular subject, you can't, uh, stand it for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You
Mm-hmm.
need a change. You like, for example, you can't just keep eating chocolate over and over again. Though I disagree with the analogy myself, but like, if you will grow tired of something if you're exposed to it too often without any ability to, for the lack of a better word, engage in time pass.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well said, Ranesh. What do you think, Akshaya, that what is one advice that you would like to give all our participants, all our J aspirants over here, J and NEET aspirants over here? One advice, okay, at this particular time moment, because they have their CBSE exams coming up now, and they also have the mock tests going on, and they feel a little stressed up, like, there's a lot on the plate. What would be your advice in this point of time?
My advice, like other than the normal things we say, like take breaks and all of that, other than and have and do some hobbies stuff like that. Other than that, my advice would be like one thing most students, including me, used to do was count progress by the number of hours studied, which is actually very counterproductive because you end up not doing much. Like say that you make yourself, if you force yourself to study for like 8 hours a day, sometimes you end up feeling like you've done nothing at the end of it. So
Hmm.
one advice would be to measure yourself by the tasks you're doing. Like for example, say that you're going to cover so and so topics today, and then set that as the benchmark and not the number of hours or anything. So if it takes you like 1 hour, that's good. If it takes you 3 hours, that's also fine. And at the end of it, maybe treat yourself a bit. If you've like covered a specifically, especially hard topic, or if you think that you've progressed well or anything like that, you can treat yourself. That gives a very good positive feedback mechanism, and it creates a good loop for your brain as well.
Okay, thank you so
Like,
much, Akshay. I think students might utilize your advice and move forward in their preparation. And also, having said that, one thing which I kept on telling you guys also, and my current students as well, that writing makes an impact. What do you have to say, Parth, on this?
Uh,
Practice, revision, writing. Does it have any impact on your scores?
yes, because writing something makes it much easier to remember. So just write it down, whether it's in like a tablet or a book or something. Just write it down like once, and when you're practicing it, like this is for theory, by the way. Just do it again and do it as fast as you can, because at the end of the theory is not going to help you all that much. Just immediately go to questions as soon as you can and just do those and like keep doing them and write them. Not all the steps, by the way. That gets like painful after a while. Just you can skip steps, but write something down. It helps in like retention. That's pretty much it. It's just a better way.
Okay, okay. So, one question I think most of the students do think about it as days approach. How to manage everything. Like, of course, you told half of it, but what I'm trying to say is definitely we will keep mock tests for them in the month of January as well. Let's say the 22nd onwards it will start. So we are gonna keep mock tests in the initial week of the January. But what about the last week before exam? Like, this is a question to all three of you. What exactly did you do in the last, maybe the last 2 days before the exam? Because for me, I also remember I also gave JE, but although I didn't crack it, but I remember taking lots of tension in the last 2 days. Okay, like my head was popping out literally. That okay, I won't be able to do it. I'm not studying. I cannot study also in the last 2 days. So do you think it's a good idea to study in the last moment, or what did you guys do to, calm yourself down?
Uh, should I go first? Or?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, so the most important thing about the exam is that you don't get stressed. So in the last few days, I would recommend just read your notes again and then like Netflix and chill. Genuinely, just don't study. Distract your no, don't distract me. Just relax your mind. अच्छे से सो जाओ and like I don't know, go down and like touch grass. It is very helpful. Trust me. Like and when you go into the exam and like you see the paper and you attention to naturally aayegi hi, but don't like quench that and be like, okay, I will do whatever I can, because like look, this isn't the end all be all. Like first of all, it is the first attempt, second attempt hai. Second of all, JEE mains ke liye, if you clear JEE mains, you have to write advanced. So don't get burnt out. Itna tension mat lo. And agar like apart from mains, you have KSET as well, and then you have like bits and you have IIT, and there's like a lot of options.
Hmm.
तो मतलब आराम से chill करके जाके लिखो and just do your best. Like that should be your primary objective.
I think, having said that, I think that's one thing that I think our ACE program is actually designed. Definitely, it is very extensive as a program that every week tests and all. But at the same time, I think ये जो you told कि chill करके थोड़ा सा आराम से, मतलब students should not forget to smile during this preparation, right? It's for their future. I mean, if it's snatching away the childhood out of them, that's not how things should be. So one of the most important thing that VIBGYOR ACE has offered, I think, the calmness, the peace, the constant motivation. What do you have to say about it? Maybe Akshaya, what do you say? Or Ranesh?
About WebGyor is making us chill. Like it was, yeah.
Ha.
I
So
would definitely say
yeah, tell me. Yeah.
ACE was definitely more chill than conventional institutes make you think it will be, because the primary reason is you're in school all the time, you're with other people from like doing other non-ACE students basically, and then you get to interact with the rest of the school as if you're a part of the normal school. Like you
Hmm.
also you can attend all the events, you can take part in the activities, like nothing exactly stops you from doing it. So most of the time you feel like you're in school, but you
Mhm.
are actually undergoing JE/NEET prep
Hmm.
without the pressure part of it.
Right. Rightly said. Okay, so we have uh, Advai here who has a question. Advai, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can just ask them your question, Advai.
Okay. How did you distribute your topics towards the point where the exam was approaching? Because there are some topics that I'm not really good at, and some topics that I can solve most of the questions, but I have some doubts. So, should my concentration be on the topics that are strong so I can make them really good at the point where I have no doubts, or should I work on the topics that I'm not great at?
So what I did was that until around a month or a few, like 4 weeks before the exam, I would attempt to study new topics because they will help you. But beyond the point, it's not helpful because it's not, you can't really learn an entire topic that was taught, uh, that was meant to be taught over the course of a few months in the space of a week. It's not truly feasible. You won't remember it. You won't internalize it. You won't be able to apply it to harder questions. So at that point, just revise the basics of the chapters you're not confident in, so you can attempt a very easy question that might appear, and otherwise make sure that you don't forget the topics you're good at.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
one follow-up question along with Advai's question, like, were there a particular routine that you were following, like, for maybe, um, for example, maths formulas or chemistry equations? Did you used to revise it on a daily basis, or how was the inorganic part of chemistry? Like, how do you remember the, mugging up stuff? How do you used to remember?
For inorganic, I think in the last month of the exam, I just read a few pages of the thing every day. Over time, for me at least, it always just was internalized. I could recollect it without having to put in too much of effort. But then there were some topics which I couldn't memorize easily. And those I mainly did it by either attempting questions based on those particular topics. So I could relate it to the topic to something I had seen prior. Uh,
Mhm.
else, I would write it down. But again, like the writing down, it's very helpful. But for revision, I never relied upon my notes. I always chose to go by something that was digitally present, or it was written in a formula book that I had bought because I don't trust my own handwriting. So you'll have to read it. You'll have to ask. You'll have to solve questions. That's mainly what I did, and just hope it works over time.
I think, Ranesh, one more thing I think worth mentioning, that Ranesh, in your first attempt, I think you couldn't answer a lot of inorganic question because it came directly from NCRT and you didn't go through line by line, right?
Uh,
Something like
yeah,
this happened,
uh,
either in
uh,
your mock test or maybe in your first attempt.
so it was yeah, I did have that thing. It was not mainly for inorganic because I read it, but in like a few questions, it was just a few throwaway lines in NCRT that I
Mm.
never bothered to read because I'm like, it will be problem solving, and never really was. Uh,
So one thing
but
for sure, guys, NCRT. Okay, maybe people prefer reference books, but you should always know your NCRT thoroughly in and out. So what
I
I
do
suggest is
sympathize.
during 1 second, Ranish. So
Yeah,
what I suggest is while studying, probably you will have a one more round of revision, right? So while studying, read NCRT, whatever important points here and there you get, you put it in your notes itself so that you don't have to open NCRT every time, because reading NCRT at the last moment is not a good thing to do, but knowing what is exactly there in the chapter is important. Okay, we have more questions coming up.
Yeah,
uh, uh, yes, as we can see.
I have a question.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, this invite has been forwarded to parents also. So some of my
Mhm.
question is like my ward has is in grade 10th only, and to these congratulations all these three young achievers, very good. Uh, just honest feedback. Did you an honest feedback from you? Apart from WebGYOR Ace, did you guys solve any series from other coaching institutes or something? Like any one of you can answer that.
Ranesh?
yeah. So I did use a bunch of test series that offered me the ability to
Okay.
what do you say? Like I used only one test series, and that I mainly used it because the previous year questions for a lot of years were just given as a test format. So yeah, that's what I mainly did, and yeah, I did solve a few other papers from that. But the
Okay.
main issue, right, that comes up during when you take a test series from another coaching institute is that the pattern or the syllabus coverage is going to be different for each thing. You'll be covering some topics that, for example, you might cover some topics quickly, while
Mm.
say Alan might be going through them slowly. So the syllabus
So,
mismatch will be present. But
uh,
if you get it and the syllabus doesn't match, what I did was that I just downloaded the papers.
okay.
I didn't attempt the test because it would have been a major waste of time. And later, if I had time, I would just go through those because at the end of the day, it's just a series of questions that you can use.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Someone is asking, I wanted to ask about how to schedule and prioritize the CBSE prep along with the entrance preparation. I think that's a very valid question. How to juggle between, CBSE, because their pre-boards are coming up and they have got JMIN in January. So there will be a switch. In between, they will have their practicals as well, right? So what is your advice on that? Maybe Akshaya or Parth. Parth, you can go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So I'll just let you know what I did. Which I mean, you should. I don't know if you should do it or not. That's up to you. So basically, I had just done the JICA thing for quite a few of the chapters, and like whatever, like you just keep doing like I had two levels of like how comfortable I'm with the chapter: NCRT level, JE
Yeah,
level.
you can continue. Parth will be here.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, what happened was that I would make sure that before the pre-boards, at least all, if not most of the chapters were at NCRT level. And I did this by simply just going through the class notes and just remembering most things. Um, and that's how it was. And the rest of the proficiency you just get by doing like higher level problems. Like now, say you do not like you're not really comfortable with JE in like most things. For that, there's a very simple solution. Just go for the K-set question banks. Just do as many K-set problems as you can after you solve NCRT, and you will be more or less comfortable with anything that boards can throw at you. And also, do not get spooked by last year's physics paper. That was an anomaly. That was like hard even for us, but like it's all right. It's not too big of an issue. The harder the paper, the more lenient the correction. So like first tension matlo and like just do as many questions as you can basically. And
Mhm.
and like what you learn for one is applicable for the other.
Hmm. So I can see another thing that okay, my perspective I will give because I want to say something here. CBSE preparation and entrance preparation, right? Now by the end of this time we will get to know that the student is actually good for entrance or CBSE. That is the first thing. So if the child is able to like crack entrance, then that child should not worry about CBSE, because from the very beginning in our ACE program, we coach in such a way that they are prepared for CBSE as well as all the competitive exams. So while teaching only in class, we would tell them that how to write structured answers. At the same time, how can it be coming in the form of MCQs. So I think if he or she is prepared, I think you're asking for your son. So if he is prepared for entrance exam, CBSE, he does not have to study anything extra. He does have to know how to write the structured answer. So for that, I think any kind of uh, he's in 11th right now. Okay, that's great. I think he has got time now to focus on all the concepts altogether, because at last, maybe suppose when your son is in 12th grade, and that time if he has asked this question, I would have told ki only go for CBSE preparation for now, then later on after your pre-boards you can focus on entrance. But right now he has got time. So if he is preparing to that level, he just have to focus on, okay, he has just to do the same thing but in a different way. So I think our faculties will be guiding him regarding that, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I have got another question over here. I have a confusion that for plus one and plus two, should I go for ICSE or CBSE? At present, I am a ICSE student. This question goes for all three of them. What do you think, guys?
Ma'am, can I go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, look. So the difference between CBSE and ICSE for competitive is that ICSE like gives you a lot more information, I believe. Like so it's just that the ICSE you will have to study more theory for the boards, but in general your paper will be easier. This is pretty much the same as it is in 10th. I would recommend just take CBSE for like an easier workload. Like it's like how should I put this? Like it's like you have a choice between like a 30 rupee sandwich and a 20 rupee vada pav.
Amazing
So
example, Parth.
like
They're very
both are good.
enlightened. Yatharth, you are enlightened with such examples.
Like both will fill you up, but like one is just easier to manage. So just get the vada pav and go there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually great. Oh my God, you could be a good teacher, Parth, giving examples, real life examples. Okay, Akshaya, do you have any take on this question? ICSE or CBSE?
Technically, you can do both, but like Parth said, it's easier to just stick with CBSE because If you take ISC, which is a continuation of ICSE, you'll also have to deal with English, and that takes a lot of time. So unless you are specifically interested in English as well, CBSE ka English is much easier, and you can spend more time on the competitive exam prep.
Good point. Yeah. I hope, Yatharth,
And
you have got your answer. Yes, Akshaya.
I was going to add something, but I forgot.
Yeah, please. So sorry about that.
Mm. But a question here, but these people, did they take ICSE or CBSE? Because in VIBGYOR, CBSE started just this year only, I believe, for grade 11th and 12th.
Uh, Actually, it's different in different branches of VIBGYOR. So basically,
Yes.
Akshaya, Ranesh, and Parth have done CBSE.
Okay. Yes.
Akshaya, Ranesh, and Parth, uh, did you do ICSE in your 10th grade or CBSE in your 10th grade?
Yeah, it was
ICS.
ICS till 10th. Yeah, which was amazing. But for competitive, CBSE is better, just less workload.
I think I agree with Akshaya's point that if you want to spend more time in the competitive field, then English is something which is a little bit easier in CBSE. So definitely time management becomes easier in that case. And also, having said that, whatever you can take, actually whatever, if you're able to manage it well, manage your time well, good for you. Whatever works for you, but of course easier side mein there is CBSE, and the syllabus and everything also align well with the JE and NEET curriculum. Yes, any other question?
Ma'am, there's a question in the chat: how to remember as much as possible for as long as possible.
How to remember? Oh, nice. uh, how to remember as much as possible for as long as possible? Oh my god, who will answer this question?
I can do that.
Please do.
So when it comes to like formulas and all those tiny tidbits that you don't actually encounter through problem solving, what I used to do is I used to take, like, especially in the last 1 or 2 months, I used to take up like one chapter per day per subject, 1 or 2 chapters. Like for example, electrostatics and physics, and I used to take a blank sheet of paper and try to write down every single formula from that, like without more than passive reading. Try to write down everything, and then you'll actually know what you know and what you don't know, like your gaps. It will be very easy to identify what you don't know. So then I used to compare with my notes. Like, for example, if I'd missed a certain formula or anything, I would then add it to a book called Forgotten Notebook. That was my version, that was my log of all the things that I was forgetting or that I couldn't understand even after repeated iterations. So in that book, I used to have all these weak points and all these formulas, and I used to go through that book a few days before the exam. I called it like it was, I actually called it the Forgotten Notebook. It had all three subjects. And when you encounter stuff that you don't know and you keep revising only that specifically, and you give a specific attention to it, you sort of remember it after 2 or 3 times. And that helped me personally.
Right, that's actually very helpful, I feel. We have another question. uh, how do we interpret the low scores in mock tests? How to motivate beyond that, right? And should we be aiming for a certain score in the mock tests? Basically, what should be our approach be towards the mock test? Ranesh?
And so the main thing about mock tests is that in many cases, they are more difficult than the actual exam will be. And uh, we, even for JE itself, you never truly interpret the score of the person. It is a comparative thing. But when you are writing a mock test, always just try to see how much you can gain out of writing it, not in terms of the score, but in terms of how much you actually can, how much knowledge you have gained from how many things you learned new, which you didn't know prior to it. And wait, what was the other part of the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So they were like, how do we interpret the low scores in mock test? Matlab, how to motivate beyond that? I think Akshaya did tell one sentence in the beginning that do not focus on the marks that you are getting. Focus on how many questions did you learn? how many questions did you learn to solve? That should be the motivation,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that if you trust the process along with the mock tests, it will definitely improve, right, Ranesh?
Yeah, you learn more over time, which will always it will add up. You like over time you won't forget everything that you learned new, even if you had it. Uh, like suppose you write a test, right? As an example, you got one question wrong. You will remember it during the next mock test because you know where you have gone wrong, and that will
Right.
always remain.
Okay, so one more thing, I think students do have this question a lot, that ma'am, which section should I do first? Like physics, maths, or chemistry? Because at times, like you might be starting with maybe, let's say, maths. And then the maths is, let's say, it's very lengthy, or the calculations are very lengthy. And then you do not have much time left for physics and chemistry. So, how did you figure out your way of working it out through? So, yeah, first, I think Ranesh can only answer that.
Yes, so initially I went with the very typical form, chemistry first, and then physics, then maths. But then over time, I just evolved my approach to, okay, you spend 5 minutes reading the paper because then you can identify which questions you can attempt and do the easy questions of all the sections together, like physics first, chemistry first, maths first, whichever. At least you'll get the first easy questions out of the way, and then repeat that for the medium questions and then do the hard ones. Like that was my method. But each person has their own method of attempting a paper, and it just depends upon how you feel. Like for me, for example, during my advanced paper, maths was the main thing that I did well in. I and then after that chemistry, and then after that physics. So it depends. For if you believe that your physics is more strong, for example, do that because it will give you a confidence boost, which is the most important thing for the exam. Like
Okay.
whatever way you can increase your confidence during the exam is what is the best method.
I think that having said, as rightly mentioned, always go for the easy questions, the questions you are short about. Okay, because that will boost up your confidence a lot. So, and then you can go ahead and, and also one more thing, do not mark more than two answers, by just guessing. Do not do that. All right. If you feel that, at times some questions guessing say answer you will get, but do not do that more than, like, we cannot afford to lose marks like more than -2. That, even that 2 marks will be keeping our ranks so down, right? So yeah, that was it. Akshay, do you want to say something?
Ma'am, about the paper attempting.
Yeah, yeah.
Adding on to what Ranesh said, what I also used to do was to like I used to have a two-pass system in which I used to do all the easy questions first, and you have a mark for review option. So
Okay.
you have to utilize that mark for review option very well. You can
Mhm.
I used to mark the questions that I could do, but I knew would take time because time is also important. So instead of
Right.
spending like 10 minutes on a question that you might or might not get, just mark it for review and come back to it later after you're done with all the short questions. And then
So
in the second pass, yes, ma'am.
no, 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 please continue.
In the second pass, I used to revisit those mark for review questions and I used to try them while keeping an eye on the timer because after the first pass, you have to be a bit careful with your time as well, especially in math, which gets very, very lengthy sometimes. Some questions are deceptively meant to make you lose time.
True. I think all these you have to do it during the mock test only. All these, please do trial and error in your mocks. Okay, whatever marks you get, nobody is judging you based on that. But make sure that you do all the mistakes in the mock test and keep all these mistakes in your mind while you're writing the main test. Okay, having said that, we have another question from Daksh. Does BitSat require a separate preparation for sections like logical reasoning and English? Yes, Parth.
Uh, I would say it depends on how good your general logic is.
Did you write BitSat?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it depends on how good your general logic and your general English is, right? So, for example, like if you are like comfortable, like I don't know how many of you guys have written like IMO NSO in like 10th or se pehle. Like the logical reasoning is like that. It's all like, oh, you have four pictures, arrange them in like I think one of the common types of questions is like, we have four fruits. Watermelon is called mango. Mango is called apple. Apple is called grape. Grape is called orange. And so then we say something like, I don't know, Nirvan eats a grape. What is he actually doing? And you'll have like four options. So it's all stuff like that. So it's all pretty basic stuff. You should just attempt the logical reasoning in the paper itself. I would say no special prep is needed. For English in BitSat is painful, and I mean, honestly, I just guessed my way through that part. Like there was no rhyme or reason to my guessing. If you want to specifically prepare for English, you can do so, but I mean, I would say devote your time more to
I
the other.
think you get tons of material like online. We can also like you can ask your co-teachers also. They can also help you regarding the preparation of the logical reasoning and English part, because we do have test papers and PYQs. If you practice, go and practice, you will get to understand the maybe the pattern. Okay, and that's what is important for logical reasoning at least. English, I feel. If your core subjects and all are strong enough, English ठीक है, मतलब you can still manage if you go through the PYQs. Yeah,
I'd
that's
like to
yeah.
I'd like to add something about that because I focus specifically on BitSat towards the end, so maybe I can add something to that. The thing is, BitSat is by nature a very random exam. So it's not to demotivate anyone, but the thing is, English and logical reasoning can either be very, very scoring. You can get like 30 out of 30 in it, or it can be very, very bad. So it is actually recommended to like do the basics, like just see what sort of questions are asked, like during your mocks, try them, and then look at all your weak parts in that. But it's more reliable to concentrate on the PCM part, which is obviously done through JEE mains and advanced ka prep. And BitSat also has some extra topics that aren't in mains. So if you prepare for advanced, you'll cover them easily.
Right. Okay, we have two more questions, quite like different questions. How's the food and wildlife in campus? I'm pretty sure they have talked about a lot regarding food and all. And also how to enjoy yourself during JE preparation. Please don't enjoy in this last 2-3 months, okay? Now is the time that you either make it or break it. So please don't enjoy now. After the exam, you can enjoy as much as you can. All right. Enjoy your preparation. Like, see, it's an internal choice. Okay, if you do not want to do that, you will not enjoy doing that. But if your goal is that, even if you study for 15 hours a day, you will enjoy it. So like with that, I will be ending today's session. I think that was great having you three with us. And I think yeah.
But one thing I want to mention,
Sure.
for enjoying yourself during JE preparation, to just give an example of what I was doing during like the lunch break and stuff.
Sure.
So, I was engaging in in a mock war game over an island that we named Frog Island, with Parth and a few other people, Nirvan, Ankit, and Sharon. And yeah, it's basically just the small things. You get to enjoy them. It just makes it reduces stress, because even if you like the subject, so over time stress will pile up, and this is just one of the easier ways to get rid of it.
Do some sports and all. Matlab, of course, screen time already you have a lot, right? So maybe
No,
you can
the
just.
war game was on pen and paper.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Adding to Turtle Island, I like landed my troops and then he just blew his own island up. Like, what is that?
That is
That
a
was not
valid strategy.
that was not fair. Yeah,
You
anyway.
That
guys
is.
were literally, like kids. I mean, you used to fight also. You used to do all such absurd things. But
Yeah,
having
that's
said
how you
that,
have that's how you
enjoyment definitely is a part. But please make sure that that enjoyment is not any more screen time for you, because it's very
yeah.
important that you keep yourself focused. So I think word game or things like that, it will further sharpen your focus. So I think going for that kind of things is good. Yeah, need to ask a quick question. Yes, Miss Amita Jain.
Yeah, hi. I'm not sure whether this is the right forum to ask this question, but this is out of curiosity where my child is in eighth grade right now, and next year I would be moving him to, CBSE ninth in Marathali. So
Okay.
got to know about this ACE program and was just, thinking that in case I'm planning to join, which I'm actually planning. So just a couple of questions that whatever the academics would be taken care during the ninth grade of CBSE. So would that be portion covered in the the session which he would be joining in ACE? And apart from that, would it be the same teachers who would be taking the classes, or it's like a different team who would be taking?
Ma'am, teachers might be different because like they keep changing in like at least one teacher takes a complete session.
Okay.
um, we cannot say regarding the teacher right now, but
Okay.
definitely the school portions, everything will be covered along with some extra stuffs to just
Okay.
expedite the preparation.
Okay. And the timing would be like post school, it is, right?
I think Swapna ma'am would be the right person to talk
Okay.
to.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. This is good evening.
Okay.
Ma'am, you
Thank
I'm
can
you.
just
yeah.
have this conversation after the meeting over a call, probably.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sure.
yes.
I would like to take your number, contact number, ma'am.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
I can.
Swapna, I think we are in touch.
Oh,
This is
yes,
Rajveer's
yes.
mom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I'll
Okay,
connect
ma'am.
with you
I will
on this
talk to you
again.
then.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, having said that, yeah, we like thank you again, guys, for being our guest. And I think this was the first episode of our Ace Unfiltered series. And I'm hoping that we will call many of our alumni like this, and maybe like the students who are attending right now might be next year they can come as alumni, right? So one thing I would like to end this particular session with one thought, that always keep a purpose of your life. When there is nothing to look forward to, that's when we lose our motivation the most. So it's like when we are preparing for GE, that's our purpose, that I have to crack GE. After you go into the college, you feel like, okay, I have to get into this research program, and that's what keeps you going. So somebody's mic is on.
Sorry, ma'am. How
Yeah.
frequently would be these, sessions like whatever you have conducted now?
Definitely, we will come up with more frequent sessions, and we are planning on to call other alumni also who are in like institutes like outside India as well. So definitely, we will keep you posted, sir.
And this is like all across the VIBGYOR group, right? Not only VIBGYOR, Marthalli or something
No.
like.
All across Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, all across.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think it is a nice session, like to all the three earlier who are the speakers. So this would like for the newcomers or the people who are students who are all planning, right? So this is a very nice session actually, I feel. So thanks a lot for all the three, and thanks for coordinating, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Please do remember, students, that engineers, doctors start exactly where you are today. So please be confident, okay? Stay curious, stay consistent, and be confident in whatever you do in your life. So, with that being said, myself, Ramita, signing off.
Well, I wish to add one thing.
Yeah, sure.
So Pat mentioned, right, that I blew up his troops. And this is a very unfortunate aside, but it must be said. He chose to use a naval fire on my troops, so it is no longer he cannot
I
compliment.
was thinking
Fair
definitely
enough.
this will
Like
be
that.
something regarding that, because in class also I used to like stop you guys from doing this. You just disrupted my nice ending, guys.
And no, but I did want to do something more serious though. Thank you so much, ma'am, for for not just for the session, but also
Thanks.
for like
I mean,
mentoring us
whoever,
over the
definitely,
entirety
whoever
of
is
12.
still here, I would like to say one thing, that VIBGYOR ACE में, this was my first batch. Ranesh, Akshaya, Parts batch was my first batch. And when I came here, I was myself not this confident, and the confidence that they had on me, I mean, that kept me going as a teacher, and the respect and the love that I received from them, I think I can trade anything for that. Okay, so you guys are very near and dear to me. God bless you guys, and always Ramida ma'am is always there for you guys. Just keep in touch. Okay, do good in life. That's all we want.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for like everything.
Yeah,
Also, guys,
thank you,
Ramita
ma'am.
ma'am's notes are genuinely god tier. Like, follow them. They help now as well. Like, do it. Right? Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hard for promoting my notes. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, having said that, see you in our next episode. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Uh, Good night, ma'am. Have a good day.
Bye. You too.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.